Welcome back to the New York Sports Exchange, episode number 116. It's been a while. It's
A lot of extracurricular factors, but we're finally back.
We did have an episode, and then it never picked up Tim's audio. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at right now.
The struggle continues.
We're back. Yes, the saga continues. Rangers, Texas Rangers, one win away from winning the World Series. They have a chance to clinch it tonight. The disaster that was the Giant Jet game. That was fun.
No, it wasn't. That was the last minute and 30 seconds was a roller coaster of emotions for me, but that game was horrendous. I mean, just as a football fan standpoint, that was horrendous.
That was just classic New York football at its finest. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what to say. That was just disgusting. It was disgusting.
Get rid of the turf. How many injuries do you need before we get rid of this turf?
They're saving. I'm gonna say till after the next World Cup, because that's why they have it.
They have it so they can maintain it for for concerts and stuff. It's cheaper to maintain than grass over winter and stuff like that.
Yeah. Because they're
so stupid.
Likely to host the World Cup final when the World Cup comes to North America. I think that's the rumor. I don't know if that's confirmed yet. We were going to recap Week 8. Josh McDaniels fired. Giant legend Antonio Pierce named the interim head coach. I did not even know he was the linebackers coach of the Raiders. I thought he was still at Arizona State. That was wild. So they fire their head coach, Josh McDaniels. They fire their GM. They fire their offensive coordinator. Devontae Adams remains a Raider.
Question mark though going forward for this team is I want to touch on the Raiders real quick because they're such a dumpster fire stand. They're benching Garoppolo now. What is their plan moving forward? What can they do? What can they possibly do?
I feel like this is more of the Colts situation last year where, hopes were high, new quarterback, second year under McDaniels. I know the Colts were favored to win their division last year. This is a far less case than that because, the AFC West is highly competitive. But this reminds me of Jeff Saturday and the Colts. I feel like Mark Davis is kind of just packing it in and just saying you know what, whatever happens, happens. We get a high draft pick, someone to build around, see what happens. Maybe if Aiden O'Connell does good, maybe they can build around him. Who knows? We'll see. But not a good day to be in Raider land right now.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. We will give our predictions for Week 9 as well. Chase Young also traded to the Niners, reunited with Nick Bosa, and Montez Sweat traded to the Bears. Leonard Williams to the Seahawks. Giants are packing it in. Embrace the tank, baby. Embrace the tank.
What a turnaround.
Yeah. The top four.
I mean, just before we get to that, Stan, I hate to but you gotta, the expectations going into this year. I mean, what you pay Daniel Jones.
This is why I have little to no expectations for the Giants every year. Every year that I go in with high expectations for the Giants, they always let me down. Always let me down. Last year, went in with little to no expectations at all. They make the playoffs. They shock the world. This year, high expectations. They do horrible, and that's
the nature of things. That's
what
being a New York. Yeah. That's what being a New York sports fan is.
Exactly. Top 4 has been revealed for the first college football playoff rankings. We'll also give our picks for college football Week 10. The NBA, the Knicks, take down Tim's Cavs, a banged-up Cavs. You wanted me to say that. I did.
You have to mention when you have 2 starters out and your best bench player, your 6th man. Yeah, 3 pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you going to win a basketball game? And Donovan Mitchell's kind of restricted. He's playing with an injured hamstring. So
he was questionable going into the game. Knicks do take on the Cavs tonight. The Rangers look like the best team on earth. The New York Rangers look like the best team on earth right now. After that Nashville game, I was like, oh, this is bad. They sweep a West Coast trip. I know the Oilers didn't have McDavid, but still going 5-0 on the West Coast is huge.
So what's their record now? They 5-2-2.
I think they're on. I know they're on top of the Metro. I don't know their record exactly, but they are 7-2-0
Hey,
with 14 points, taking on the Hurricanes next week. We will go around the NHL with that. And finally, was there ever a doubt? Cooper Flagg, Duke Blue Devil.
was there ever a doubt? Nobody ever had a doubt.
There is no doubt. That kid screamed Duke since I discovered him when he was 16 years old. That kid was a Duke Blue Devil since 2021, and I know it. Another John Shire recruiting masterclass. College basketball starts Monday. I'm so excited. We are less than 100, and I had it, then I lost it. I just need to remember what time I sent this text. 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 114, 13, 12, 11, 10. 109 hours until Oregon and Georgia. Just
Crazy.
Can't wait.
a lot of
Crazy.
counting there, Stan.
Yes, I'm not a math major for a reason. Okay, so let's just dive right into it. The Texas Rangers, one win away from going to the World Series, winning the World Series. Tim, you called it.
I didn't have him winning, but I had him here.
You winning, yeah.
Yeah, but again, yeah, this team can hit. Like we saw last night. You put up 11 runs in 3 innings. You're putting a team in Arizona. They're in Arizona first of all, which is just deflating for the crowd, deflating for the Diamondbacks. I know they kind of stormed back towards the end when it finished like 11-7. They had a big ninth, but I don't know. They look flat. This Diamondbacks team looks dead. It looks all, and Adolis Garcia's out now too, and Max Scherzer. They've been removed from the World Series roster.
You know, we were supposed. So I hate to say this, Tim, but we were supposed to record yesterday before Game 4, and Tim had.
Don't even want to talk about it. It was a horrible night.
Don't eat friendlies.
It was a horrible night.
Don't eat friendlies. But I was concerned for the Rangers, where Adolis Garcia is best hitter in the world. He's off the roster. He's probably not going to play in the World Series probably not going to play for the rest of the series. And I was worried. But then this offense is just a juggernaut. Corey Seager's likely going to win the MVP of this. I wouldn't be surprised.
He keeps doing it. These home runs he's hitting are just, they're clutch, they're pimps. They're all over the place. This team is, and they've had, I've been saying it, I'll keep saying it, they have a loaded lineup. They'll hit you dead. And that's exactly what they're doing to the Diamondbacks right now. It's exactly what they're doing.
I know we have our shortstop of the future in Anthony Volpe, but my God, Corey Seager could have been a Yankee.
Oh, you guys would have been
say
so much better.
I could name about 30 different people that have hit home, that have done well this postseason, and it could have been a Yankee.
You know how good they would have been if he was on that team?
So good. And I know the Yankees had preliminary talks with Juan Soto, but we're going to get Kevin Kiermaier as a stopgap stopgap center fielder until Dominguez comes back. So we're going to build through the kids. The kids and Judge. That's all we're building through. I wouldn't
Jed
be.
Williams.
I'd be
Let's go
fine.
Mets.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Who is that? Where did you get it? Was he a part of the Verlander trade?
I think so. I think he was. Yeah, he won. Did he win minor league player of the year? He
Something
plays
like that. I saw like an interview with him.
He has great attitude.
Yeah,
and
I saw an interview with him. I like him.
He said he was going to be on the team next year. Like, he wants to help out any way he can.
What position is he? Is he an outfielder?
Second base, third base, outfield, shortstop too.
Oh God.
Yeah, dude, this guy, he's a stud.
Just wondering what his Frank the Tank nickname is going to be if he goes over four strikeouts.
Yeah. The Mets drafted him. They drafted him. Oh yeah, first round 2022, first round 14th overall. This guy's a stud.
Out of high school, or did he play in college?
I think out of high school.
Oh shit!
Because he is, yeah, he's younger than me. He's 19.
Jesus.
He's on the Binghamton Rumble. That's crazy. He's 5'6", 175. I love this kid. All right, well, got another Altuve.
So, game prediction tonight. Nate Eovaldi on the mound for the Rangers. Zach Gallen on the mound for the Red Sox. The Rangers are undefeated on the road this postseason. I say the Rangers get it done.
Yeah,
And I know
Gallon has been terrible. Has been terrible this
yeah.
postseason. And
I think the only game where he stepped up was Game 7 against Philly.
he's
Yeah.
been so inconsistent. And Evaldi's been good. Evaldi's shown up in the playoffs. The only time he's shown up.
Did he
He's a
even
playoff
pitch Game
guy.
7? I just realized that. Did Gallen even pitch Game 7 against Philly? I feel like he didn't.
No, he didn't. He pitched Game 6, didn't he?
No. Well, he started Game 1, so he probably did Game 5.
He probably lost.
Yeah, they lost Game 5. Yeah. Yep, I'm right. I think. Oh yeah, Gallen. Yeah, he got shelled. Although he did throw 6 innings, so he did all right, but didn't really have the best of games. But yeah, I think this offense is too much. Plus, why are you doing bullpen games in Game 4 of the World Series? That's just disgusting.
Disgusting.
That's disgusting. And the
I'm
fact
not
that
a
you go to
fan.
Miguel Castro, the fact that you keep that's my thing. The fact that you keep Joe Mantiply out there against Josh Young, who like rakes against lefties, like 180 OPS plus against lefties at this postseason, and then you bring in Miguel Castro against a bunch of righties that hit well against right. I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me. I feel like that was just like a postseason error from Torey Lovello. So you live and you learn, but I think the Rangers get this done. I think they're hoisting up the Commissioner's Trophy. Is it called the Commissioner's Trophy? Or am I thinking that? No, yeah, it is called the Commissioner's Trophy. They're lifting up the Commissioner's Trophy tonight. That's what I think.
I'm with you. I 100%. I mean, I'm with you. I've been pulling for him this whole postseason.
Yeah. You can put. Yeah.
Hey, this is the last time I went. What? Last time I went to the World Series was 2011. They didn't win. So when's the last time they won one? It was.
Did they go back to back? 2010, they lost to.
They lost to St.
Yeah. 2010, they lost to San Francisco. 2011, they lost to St. Louis.
Yep.
Yeah. See what happens when you spend millions of dollars. I know it didn't work for the Padres, but.
Well, if Josh Hamilton was around and wasn't dealing with a little bit of back then, they could have won.
Redacted. All right.
Whatever.
So football. One of the worst football games I think I've ever watched.
Shut the fuck up, baby. Let's go. I'll take a win any way we can. I can't believe Graham Gano still has a job.
Okay, here's the thing with Graham Gano. And Graham Gano, he's claiming that he's hurt. He's getting surgery on his left knee in the offseason.
So then cut him now.
Why is he kicking?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Oh, I know why he's still kicking, because they just extended him. And they don't want to waste all that money. They just extend. Oh my god, everything's going wrong.
Like Greg the Leg's out there. He's like 65 years old, just punching them down in every single time. And every time Gano's out there, I'm like, he ain't making this. He looks so uncomfortable.
My first bone to pick with, and it is not to the fault of Tommy DeVito, because
play calling.
He was put in a very questionable situation.
But they didn't even give him a shot. They didn't even let him throw the ball once. They didn't give him a chance.
They didn't. I don't understand like putting him out there. He is an NFL quarterback. He is more than capable of throwing the football, and the play calling, the decision making, it was just pathetic. It was like I was watching. You were almost better off running the wing tee in a high school football game and just handing it off. The thing that baffles me, though, is you're running the ball all second half with DeVito under center. You win the coin toss, and you elect to receive, and then you decide to start to throw. And when he's throwing, he's not even looking at a receiver. He's just automatically checking down to Saquon.
It was and you knew when it got to overtime that the Giants, they just couldn't move the ball. They couldn't move the ball. And I know the run game initially when DeVito was successful, because Jets, no idea what DeVito is. You can't scheme for a guy like that. You're not prepared. Whatever. They just
he's been on the. My thing
I
is,
get it. But then the Jets
the last 2 weeks. You're telling me he just wasn't prepared, or the coaching staff wasn't preparing him, because Tyrod Taylor's injury prone. Tyrod Taylor is injury prone on and off the field. For God's sakes, a doctor stabbed him in the lung, and that's what brought us to Justin Herbert. But
listen,
How is he not prepared to play this game?
I get it. I understand what you're saying, but like the thing is, they've been switching up schemes all year. This Daniel Jones scheme initially didn't work out, obviously, so they're moving stuff around. They moved at the Tyrod Taylor semi playbook that they're somewhat adjusting to get the ball out quicker. But I understand, but DeVito's throw, even when they did let him throw the ball, he wasn't throwing it well. I mean, he wasn't moving, so obviously they knew something. He wasn't even trying to. And unless someone on the sideline was like, listen, only check the ball down. We're game managing. It's a close game. We're just gonna try and win this like purely off defense, purely off the run game. Then it's not on him. But you're second and 20 in your own like 5-yard line. You got to move the football. A 2-yard check down's not gonna do anything.
If I were the Giants, honest to God, with the way the defense was playing, I would have deferred and gave.
Yeah, I would have been like
I would have deferred.
Yeah, exactly.
Bob Wischusen said the same thing. I would have deferred and gave the Jets the ball. With how well the defense was playing and how non-existent that offense was,
the Jets' offense was.
20 seconds. The only good takeaway I got from the Giant game, Kayvon Thibodeau is a stud. He is a stud. And I know the Jets' offensive line is bad, but he is having a phenomenal year. Assholes like Brandon Tierney and Sal Licata don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't. They have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
You were listening to him on Monday?
Or Tuesday? I was. I was tuned in. Oh, God. You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Kayvon's third in the league in sacks, 8.5.
He's in the same. If we're hypothetically speaking here, sacks wise, he's in the same class as Myles Garrett and T.J. Watt and what's his name on the Vikings? Danielle Hunter. So he's one of the league's best.
Yeah, I would just like to see some results. That defense maybe help him get some wins on the board.
The secondary's young.
Dory Jackson, hell of a guy, hell of a game. what a PI. What was he thinking?
Bad. He's so bad, but I like what I said. Like, I know Deonte Banks had a tough assignment. I know he was used to guarding Garrett Wilson when he was at Maryland. Maryland, Ohio State, same conference. But
that Garrett Wilson toe tap was gorgeous.
That was
sideline
nice.
catch. He's a stud.
Yeah, but shout out Tommy DeVito, Don Bosco Prep, tough guy Tommy.
Yeah,
I sent you that speech, right?
Yeah, and I peeped it. Shout out.
I want to get that guy on. I want to get Greg Cole on the podcast.
I'd love to talk to that man, get him fired up. But I want to say shout out Quincy Williams. My favorite play of the game is just standing there, jumping up, screaming in Saquon's face after they got to stop on third down or something. Just completely taunting him. He's just jumping up and down. I loved it. I love Quincy Williams. I think Quincy Williams is the breakout player of the year. He is completely taking over this league. He had a great game on Sunday. But by God, next week against the Chargers, Stan, if that O-line is the same way it is and that offense plays the same way they do, we are going to lose. We're going to lose like 31-10.
They lose that game. But I do want to mention the Leonard Williams trade. The fact that we got a second-round pick.
Unbelievable
all year.
I haven't heard his name called once when I'm watching Giants games. Once.
The one time I heard his name called twice. He got a big sack against the Commanders last week.
There was a 20-yard holding penalty.
No, there actually wasn't. And then when he fought the entire Bills offense on that Sunday night game, that's really all I've heard from him all year. So he's a Seahawk. Much needed defensive line help for Seattle. I don't know what help he's going to give them, but
him and Jamal Adams
and they get
reunited.
Yes, him and Julian Love reunited.
There you go.
Yeah, so Seahawks in first place in the NFC West right now. Probably not for long because the 49ers defense just got a whole lot better. Chase Young is a San Francisco 49er. And which means Washington's blowing it up because Montez Sweat got traded to the Bears. That's also a trade I don't understand. Do you know what it reminds me of?
What?
When Dave Gettleman traded for Leonard Williams.
Yeah.
For no
that
reason.
Actually, there you go. Yeah. I was just about to say, I remember when that Giants-Jets trade went down, I was like, what is the point of making this move? He's just going to the same team.
I was like, it was cool. Like, yeah, we got a good, interior defensive lineman, but, what's the point? We're in, a rebuild stage. There was really, no point to it. But he was a good Giant, Leonard Williams. But now, Yeah, I don't know what that Chase Young acquisition is just going to be huge. It's just going to
No,
be
that
another thing
beefs
to
up a
worry about.
defense that was already questioned for the best in the league. You reunite him and Bosa. This line, this front, their linebackers, their secondary. This team, this is honestly what they needed. They're in a little bit of a rut right now. Brock Purdy hasn't played the best. The offense is a little banged up. I understand, but don't get it twisted. This team is still a favorite to come out of the NFC. This is a powerhouse, and they're going to prove it now. Chase Young and that D line.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that was a tough. It's been a rough couple of weeks for San Francisco, man. It's you lose to Cincinnati. That's are they on a bye? I believe they're on. They're on a bye this week. Yeah,
this is a little recap.
They'll get right. They have Jacksonville next week, so that's definitely an interesting game. But the NFL wants us to watch Aiden O'Connell and Zach Wilson on primetime television, and not the San Francisco 49ers and the Jacksonville Jaguars, who have won 5 in a row. They're 6-2. Trevor Lawrence is doing all this with a sprained knee, and I'm all in. I'm all in on the Jags.
No, they're good. Josh Allen, hell of a year. He's second in the league in sacks. I think he's like 9.5.
I thought you were talking about the quarterback. I was like, what the hell are you talking
about? No. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about that DN. They're a good team. They got a decent defense. People don't like to talk about too much, but that offense, Trevor Lawrence throws the best long ball in the league. It's so accurate. Yeah. It's always on point. This guy's a stud. This is the quarterback.
He's just a game manager. I feel like he's
a game changer. He's a much better Jared Goff. Am I wrong? Am I wrong with that? He's a much better Jared Goff.
Yeah, but Jared Goff's a good game manager. Like Trevor Lawrence, outstanding game manager. He still makes those mistakes where it's like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't have thrown it to the guy double covered in the end zone and it resulted in an interception. And he's fumbled the ball a lot. It's just that he hasn't lost them. He's been pretty lucky with the fumbles. But doing all this with a sprained left knee, winning 5 straight, you beat the likes of the Bills, you beat who else did they beat? I'm like
Pittsburgh. Don't get it twisted. Pittsburgh's a good defense.
Yeah. Pittsburgh is a very good defense, especially on their home field too. They've been stringing up wins, and I'd be scared if I drew the Jacksonville Jaguars in January. I'd be pretty scared.
Who do you like more? Now, because you know who I'm all in. I'm huge on this Ravens team. You're big on Jacksonville. If they match up,
that's gonna be an awesome game.
I know.
That's gonna be an awesome game. Remember, like when I said the Jets were gonna be the best wildcard team, and they were going to face off against the Jags, and I was like, that's just going to be the greatest game ever.
Yes. You take it back.
I mean, I don't take it back, but the next best thing was Jags-Ravens, so I'm like, okay. Now that Rodgers got hurt, so
we're shooting for that.
we're shooting for that. Jags-Ravens, just give me something good to cheer for. So now with the Bengals kind of on the up now. This is the time of the year where they, really step it up, gain that division lead. Are the Ravens in a little bit of trouble here? Because that was a questionable game against Arizona. I know that the score didn't really help it out, but Lamar didn't really have the best game. I know Gus Edwards went off. They really committed to the run, but
here's my thing is you could be a little wary. But this Ravens team has won in so many different ways. I mean, they've had bad games from Lamar where their defense has stepped up. Or like you said last week, Gus Edwards had a great week, and, he's performed well. And where Lamar's been an absolute, dog throwing for like 300 yards, rushing for 100, touchdowns to Mark Andrews. They have so many weapons, and they're so confident right now in the way they're playing. They have to be. They're 6-2. I don't think they're worried about the Bengals. They're back of mind. Unless they're matching up with them, I think this is a team that they're playing, Stan, like they own this division. They are playing like this is their division. This is their division to lose. So I'm all in on them. I have been at the beginning of the year. I still keep saying it. Lamar MVP season. He's got to pick it up, but I really do like this team.
Shout out to Will Levis. Hell of a game.
Yeah, and you know what? Now we're talking about week 8. I just want to go down some of these massive injuries with you. Because we haven't even talked. Yeah. Kirk Cousins tears his Achilles.
Sucks, man.
So they go out and they trade for Joshua Dobbs.
Yeah, they're gonna start the rookie, and then they're just. I feel like they're I feel like this is kind of like a give Dobbs some time to learn the system, learn the playbook, and then he comes in the next week.
But this is devastating because they got a lot of weapons now. They don't got anyone distributed.
Yeah, with Jefferson going on IR, that didn't help, and then now this with Kirk, especially when Jordan Addison was really kind of coming to his own. This, I feel bad.
It's poor timing. It's poor timing, especially this team. The defense was the big problem to start the year. They're finally starting to put it all together, and yeah, they get hit with probably the worst thing that possibly could have happened in their season's end. This Jets-Giants game, how many injuries was there? Because Darren Waller went out. Tyrod Taylor went out. Al Woods' career is over. He's
going to miss time.
Al Woods is done. 36-year-old Al Woods tears his Achilles. He's done. I mean, that's it. Connor McGovern went out with a knee. Wes Switzer. The whole line for the Jets was pretty much out. This is a tough week for everyone. I mean, Kenny Pickett got hurt. A lot of guys were leaving games. Minka Fitzpatrick.
He's going to play. I think he's going to play this week, right?
I think so, too. I think it might just be a bruised rib.
Thursday? Yeah, but it was Tannehill that was ruled out, so Levis is going to be starting.
Stafford hurt his thumb. Didn't return to the game.
He might be out. Yeah, this is... It happens every year. You just never know when, where just everyone gets hurt and everyone's fantasy teams get screwed over, so... That's great. I mean, Tim, speaking of fantasy,
I don't even shut the.
What a win! What a win for me. Thankful for those 5 sacks that the Lions defense got in the last 2 minutes of the game.
I don't know why I started Kenneth Walker over Breece Hall. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm just so devastated about that week.
Yeah.
Whatever. Game of inches. I'll see you in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Moving on. Week 9 predictions. So to recap, I went 0-3. Tim goes 3-0. So we are I need to update the records. I am 11-14.
13.
Tim, you are
13-9-2.
Oh, God, how are we going to determine? How are we?
I have no idea, but maybe I'll just run away with it. Yeah,
maybe. Maybe I'll be the one at Buffalo Wild Wings at the end of this.
We both know it's going to somehow be me by week 16, but hey, we're just going to...
We'll see. We'll see. So let's start it off. Thursday Night Football. Titans, Steelers. Steelers laying favored by 2.5 at home. Very low total at 36.5. I'm ringing the bell to start it. I'm ringing the bell. Give me
taking the under.
I'm taking the under 36.5. I know Will Levis balled out last week. That Vikings defense isn't good. We're talking about a Mike Tomlin-led Pittsburgh Steelers defense where you just never know what I mean, it's the best. It's one of the best defensive units in football.
Led by T.J. Watt. They're loaded.
And we know that Steelers offense too, very night and day. I can see this game going 17-10, 17-13, something low scoring like that. So give me the under 36.5.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a pick in this game, but that would probably be mine. I'm interested to see how Will Levis is going to play. I mean, that's really just it for me for this game. I would love to see the Steelers lose, help the Jets' playoff chances a little bit, but I'm excited to see what he's going to do. See if he can replicate that kind of performance he had week 1. I know the arm talent was there, and that was his big thing. Why he was projected first round pick. But let's see if he can keep that up. That'd be exciting for Tennessee fans if he can.
All right, next up, we're going to Germany. We're going overseas. The Dolphins at the Chiefs. Chiefs favored by 1.5. Total set at 50.5. And I'm ringing the bell again. We're going 2 in a row. Give me the Chiefs minus 1.5.
I like it.
This is a low spread because of what happened last week. Miami gets a dominating win over New England. Kansas City gets a really rough loss against Denver. When Mahomes has the flu, he wasn't really clicking. said this time and time again. The Miami Dolphins are not good against the upper class of teams. We've seen it over and over again. They lose to the Bills, they lose to the Eagles, and now all of a sudden, because of a game where Patrick Mahomes wasn't at 100%, this is going to go, and the Dolphins beat the Patriots, who they dominate every single year ever since Tua was named starting quarterback. No. Give me the Chiefs. I'm not overthinking this one. Laying the -1.5.
Hey, I got nothing else to add. I agree with you. I just think this Dolphins team has not proven they can beat good football teams, especially good defenses. I think the Chiefs defense is most underrated. It's probably the best defense they've had in a while for this team. It's not just a high-powered offense for them now. They got a defense to show for it. I think they'll shut them down. I would ride with you, actually. I would probably take it. It's not in one of my best bets, but now I'm kind of wishing it was. But I would take that with you.
All right, moving on. We're going to Lambeau. The Packers favored by 3 at home against the Los Angeles Rams. Matthew Stafford is questionable with a thumb injury. Anything from this one? This is not one of my 3. This is interesting. How much this really tells you how likely Matt Stafford's gonna play, because I feel like if he was playing, this would definitely be like the Rams would definitely be favored by like at least 1.5, with how bad the Packers played last week against Minnesota. This game I feel like this is a rat game.
Yeah, I just think the Stafford question mark, with him being questionable and, the spread already at -3 and whatever the honor being set at that, it seems like he's not going to play. 39.5. I'm sorry, I meant 30, yeah. But it seems like he's not going to play. And even if he does, is he going to be 100%? I don't know. They already got somewhat of a banged up O-line. I don't love it. Stetson Bennett's not even healthy, is he? He's still in the injury report, isn't he?
I think he's still on the injury report. I know they signed a guy that I've never heard of from the practice squad. So
yeah, so I'm gonna roll with the Packers. I think they need a much needed win this week. I think they're in a bit of a rut.
It's gonna be Brett Rippon if Matt Stafford's out.
Great, Rippon's gonna be in. Yeah, so I would definitely. I'm gonna roll with the Packers. I think they need to get back on their feet. I think it's a good week to do so. I'm gonna take it with them, especially home.
All right, next up we go to Foxborough, where the recently tanking Washington Commanders taking on the New England Patriots. The Patriots, 3.5-point underdogs at home. Total set at 40.5.
I don't like this game. I don't plan on tuning into this game.
This game's disgusting.
And especially from a betting standpoint, this is a trap, because I don't know. I don't know how this game's gonna go. Commanders just completely dismantled their defense, so it really seems like I should take New England. But I've seen games where Mac Jones looks like a Pop Warner quarterback, so I don't know. I really don't know where to take here. I would steer clear.
I'm not gonna take it as one of my 3, but I might take the Commanders by the 3.5 just because of that half-point hook.
I mean, if you want to, I'm staying clear of this. This is not a game that I want to touch.
This is a gross game, but won't be shocked if Washington wins it. But New England's just, I feel like the vibes are low in Washington. If they win this, they could definitely get that back on track. But I don't know. They'll still be a frisky team if they win this anyway. Next up, we go to Houston. They're 3-point home favorites against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Total set at 40. Anything?
I don't have a bet for this game. I don't got nothing.
I feel like this game could go either. I feel like this game could go either way.
This is one of those games where it's two very similar teams. You got to think of it from that aspect. They're two sort of similar teams. Who's the better quarterback? Stroud, yeah.
Boy.
I mean, he's less established.
It was a bad game.
I don't know. I wouldn't take anything here. I would steer clear from here. Maybe take the under, honestly.
At 40, yeah, definitely.
So
defense has been improved.
So I'm going to stay away, but the under is probably my best that I would take from here.
All right. Next up, we go to Cleveland. Cleveland favored by a touchdown and a... No, never mind. That was wrong. Cleveland favored by 7.5. Total set at 37.5. Deshaun Watson returned to practice today. No Joshua Dobbs. Kyler Murray is cleared, but is likely not going to start, so they're going to settle with the rookie quarterback Clayton Tune. Not one of my 3, but I'd lay the Browns.
I would, yeah. I'd maybe put my house on it. I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
how this Cardinals team is going to look with this rookie in. They're already 1-7 and struggling. It's really hard for them to get any better. I'm the Browns all the way. The Browns 100%.
Next up, another big spread. We go to New Orleans. New Orleans favored by 7.5. Total set at 41 against the Bears. I feel like I'd lay New Orleans.
Yeah,
Bears on the road.
I'm gonna ride with you.
Home. Although that Saints offense is just so terrible. It's just that the Bears are just so terrible.
Their defense is hurt too. Tremaine Edmonds is out. Jaquan Brisker, Terrell Smith. Yeah, this is definitely. I'm going New Orleans here. I'm gonna take New Orleans.
All right. Still no 3 from you. I'm very nowhere. To Baltimore, where Seattle. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Baltimore favored by 5.5. Total set at 42.5. Tim, what is your best bet?
I'm high on this team. I'm gonna stay hot with them. I have Mark Andrews anytime touchdown. I just think, listen, this is gonna be a good week for them. This is a week where they can prove why they're a very dominant team in the NFL. I think they get it done. I think Mark Andrews stays hot. He had one last week. I think he catches one again. This guy is a red zone machine, and people seem to forget that. So I would take that anytime touchdown from him. That's my best bet from the game.
I'm kind of surprised that the spread's very high after the Seahawks. Vibes are high in Seattle. I know San Francisco just got Chase Young, but they're first place in the NFC. They got a big win over the Browns last week. I get it. It was on the last second, not necessarily a last second touchdown, but game winning touchdown by Jackson Smith and Jigba. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe this number goes down. If it goes down, I'd lay the Ravens. But if it keeps on going up, I might go with Seattle to cover here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. I just listen. They're in Baltimore. It's a very tough place to play. You know that. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Moving on, 2 new quarterbacks. Jared Hall and the Minnesota Vikings will take on Taylor Heinicke and the Atlanta Falcons. It's about damn time they went to Taylor Heinicke because, my God, Desmond Ridder is a tough watch. Atlanta favored by 5.5 at home. Total set at 37.5. Tim, what do you think?
I like Atlanta this game. I think Heinicke is. I think he's kind of proven, when he was in Washington, that he could show up big time when they need it. I'm so tempted right now to just check what it looks like for a Kyle Pitts touchdown. I don't know if it's gonna be on my list. Because
if he goes off, then it was a complete Desmond Ridder issue. There's no question because Heinicke went to his tight ends a lot in Washington. Remember Logan Thomas?
Yeah, that's why I'm.
Did he play with Jordan
keep that in
Reed?
mind.
That was a name that was reminded to me the other day. Forgot about Jordan Reed.
Hell of a tight end in Washington. Vernon Davis.
Yes. Vernon Davis. He was more known for being a Niner.
I know. I'm just saying. He was also there.
All right. Fair enough. All right. Moving on to Carolina. Indianapolis, 2.5 point road favorites against the Panthers. Total set at 44.5. Bryce Young coming off of his first NFL win. What do we think?
No, I can't in all good consciousness roll with this Panthers team. I can't get behind it. I can't. Nothing will make me get behind this team. They could beat the Chiefs, and I'd probably just be like, I still can't. I can't do it. I'm gonna roll with the Colts here. I'm not. It's not one of my best bets, but I do honestly like that -2.5 spread. I think they get it done. This Carolina team is so bad, and if you actually watch them play, on all levels, they're really just pathetic, defensively and offensively. So I'm just gonna roll with Indy here, and see how that pans out.
I don't know what to think about this one. It's not one of my 3.
I mean, Brian Burns is out. Von Bell, Laviska Shenault. They don't got anyone really.
That's fair. All right, whatever. I'm not even going to touch it.
I wouldn't either.
It's so weird seeing Antonio Pierce being a head coach in a press conference. Just reading Raiders head coach Antonio Pierce is just
makes you feel old.
Yeah, really makes me feel really old. And speaking of Antonio Pierce, his Las Vegas Raiders. So, do you want to know how bad the Giants are? Just get ready for this.
Yeah.
The Raiders, go as a look ahead spot. We're 3.5-point favorites for this game against the Giants. Yesterday, they fired their head coach, fired their GM, fired their offensive coordinator, benched their starting quarterback for a rookie quarterback, and they're still favored in this game.
Yeah, I'm ringing the bell here.
Oh shit.
That line is just too high at 37. I have the under. This game should be at like 15 points. This is going to be an absolute brutal showing. I don't know what they plan on implementing in right now at this time in the week. I mean, you fire your head coach on, I'm sure the paperwork was done Monday, but it's Wednesday now. You come out with press. It's going to be a new scheme, I guess, a new quarterback, but this Giants team is just, they're off the rails banged up right now.
Darren Waller is also likely out, ending his return to Vegas.
Yeah, so
with a hamstring. I hate this game. I hate this game so much. Just get me to April. Get me to April on draft night where someone just give me hope. I thrive on false hope. Just give me hope, please.
It's hard to get in.
Please, God. Yeah, please, God. Next up. Here we go. Good old-fashioned NFC East matchup. The Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And guess what, Tim?
You're taking the Cowboys.
I'm ringing the bell. No, give me the over 46.
Ooh, I do like that.
I love the fact that this isn't in the 50s after what these two offenses did last week is insane to me. I'm hammering the over. This is two of the best offenses in football. Cowboys have been down Trayvon Diggs. I think the Eagles are down a couple of guys on defense. I could be wrong on that. Jordan Davis is questionable. So
yeah, last week didn't Jalen Carter get out too?
I think so. Yeah, something like that. But I'm liking the over for this one.
Yeah, it's hard for anybody to bet against Philly at home, but honestly, I
hate both teams. So
I can see the Cowboys giving them I can see the Cowboys giving a hell of a game though. I'm just putting that out there. Yeah. I can see this being a lot closer than the first one was.
Yeah. They played each other this year?
Didn't the Eagles smoke the Cowboys, or am I thinking of something else?
I think you're thinking
the Niners smoked the Cowboys, right? Yeah, my fault.
Yeah, the Niners smoked the Cowboys, yes.
My fault.
Yeah, so I'm taking the over 46. Sunday Night Football.
Best game of the week.
This is probably the best game of the week. Although I would say the best potential game going into the week. Although I think that Chiefs-Dolphins game is going to be good. Eagles-Cowboys looks pretty nice to me too. But Sunday night, Bills at Bengals. Bengals 1.5-point favorites at home. Total set at 48.5. Tim, I feel like you're going to ring the bell on this one.
I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not. I was looking at it. I really like this game to be a nice. I like this to be a nice old-fashioned shootout. I think this is going to be high scoring, high tempo. A lot what we've seen from these two teams before. With the injuries to the Bills' defense, leaves a little bit more room, especially over the middle, for Joe Burrow to cook up something nice. I like the Bengals to win this game. I really do. I think they're on the come up. This is one of those games where they get over the hump. They prove that they're better than they started the season off of. They're better than a 4-3 team. I think they actually come out and finish this off nicely, especially with Josh Allen questionable, not practicing.
I feel like that's just a precaution because I don't think he was practicing last week.
Yeah, but even any regulation to a quarterback, I understand Joe Burrow's dealing with something, but that man got that dog in him right now, and he's been playing phenomenal.
Yeah, he's been playing really well.
So I like the Bengals to win this football game. They're -2. They're playing at home. Give me the Bengals.
All right. Monday Night Football. Tim.
Ding, 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 ding. Jets money line, baby, at +130. Listen, they're 4-3. They're playing against the Chargers, the 3-4 Chargers. What have the Chargers done to prove that they're a good football team? We could go back every year and keep saying they got the tools, they got the quarterback. Where they finished last year at? They were what, 8-8, 8-9, 9-8, whatever. They're hovering around that 500 gap. This team can't seem to get it done. They don't have a winning record this year. They've struggled. They struggled to start. I understand what they did win last week. I understand, and I know they're dealing with somewhat of an injury, but I'm liking the Jets. They got 3 in a row. They're riding hot. Make it. They got 4 in a row with that Bills bye week. They're about to make it 5. Give me the Jets money line all day, every day. Let's run with it.
Dude. After what you saw last week, you are riding with the Jets.
Yep.
God.
You know what I saw last week, Stan? Defense, they gave up 10 points.
Yeah, to a third straight. Yeah, you almost lost to an undrafted quarterback that. Don't even get me started. I mean, I love Tommy DeVito. Local kid, Don Bosco, great guy. God bless him. But what the fuck?
Local kid. This ain't Texas high school football. Get this man out of here. Bring in someone. You know, I hate to be that guy, but Carson Wentz is a free agent, and that man is a lot better of an option than what you got going on in your quarterback room right now. I just want to put that out there. And that would be great.
Fair.
He would have touched. That would be 3 of the 4. He would just need to play 1 year in Dallas.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, my God. All right. I think the Chargers win this game, although the Jets win this. A way that the Jets do win this game is with defense. I'll leave it at that.
All right, but listen, let's
I will leave it at that.
Hypothetically, and this is all I just want to ask you this. Jets win this week. This is just a great scenario. And I'm just saying, you know, we'll give, all right, Jets win this week, New England win this week, but Miami loses and Buffalo loses. How are we feeling about the Jets? We're sitting second in the AFCs. How are you really feeling logistically about the realistically about their playoff chances? Say, you know, all things go right this week. They win this week. Buffalo loses. Miami loses. You're looking at a 5-3 Jets, 5-4 Buffalo, 3-6 New England, whatever, and you got a 6-3 Miami. How are we feeling?
After what Joe Douglas said last week, I'd be feeling, or not last week, yesterday. I'd be feeling pretty good.
All right, I'll take it. I don't know. I'm excited. This is the first time I've had a team that's really giving me something.
I can't believe it. If he comes back,
they got that magic right now. And how is he throwing the football on the field before the game? Can someone please explain that to me?
Well, it was a leg injury, not an arm injury. So
now let me. Okay, how is he 3-step dropping and throwing the football on the field? All right, what do we do with these like practice 3-step foot drills he's doing out there?
Fair.
I'm not saying he should come back. We both know what I think is going to happen. If he comes back the first 3 plays, he's going to tear his other Achilles or he's going to be done forever. I think this is take a year off and just come back next year. I don't want to risk anything. But that being said, if he is 100% by like week 13 and we're hovering around a nice second spot, and I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't hate to come back. But I'm just just putting it out there.
All right. That's it for NFL. Now time for some college football. The top 4 was revealed for the first college football playoff rankings. Ohio State at 1, Georgia at 2, Michigan 3, Florida State 4, and rounding out that 5 and 6, Washington and Oregon. Give me your thoughts.
I don't like Ohio State being 1. I'll just put that out there. That's not my favorite pick.
I didn't get it at first, but then I realized, I was like, okay, I get it. But I will say, though, if I'm Florida State, I'm pretty pissed.
Yeah, I'd be pissed if I'm Florida State, too. I also, no bias or anything, but I'd be pissed if I'm JMU. You're 8-0. You're leading the country in sacks.
Well, you know that they're not, like, playoff eligible, right? Because they're still making that transition from
Oh, really?
D1.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
Never mind then. I'll take that back.
This is
I
like
was about to say, it's ridiculous that they leaving them off that.
Weren't you at the game?
I didn't even go to the game. I went to the tailgate.
Oh, all right, fair. Same thing. Yeah, Ohio State has, according to the committee, it says a lot because I think that they're prepared to screw the Pac-12 over. Because I feel like if Ohio State...
Stan, they were prepared to do that before the season started. They were prepared to do that before the season started.
I feel like if Ohio State stays at that top ranking and then they lose to, and let's say like Michigan's in that like 3-4 area, if Ohio State loses to Michigan again this year, I'm fully prepared for like whoever wins that game is good. Whoever wins that game is going to be 1, and whoever loses that game is going to stay at 3 or 4 or whatever. If I'm Florida State, I'm pretty annoyed because you beat LSU by 21. Now, granted, they're not a good team anymore. They're 4-4. You beat Clemson on their home field. You get some pretty impressive wins. I know you had some sketchy losses. That Boston College loss in the beginning of the year. Duke loss. You didn't really pull away until the fourth quarter. I don't know. I feel like they got this one right.
All right, listen. The only problem I had was Ohio State being one. I'd like to see Oregon move up.
But here's the thing: Ohio State has, I guess they have the most like two credible wins. I know the margin of victory, the combined margin of victory wasn't like big, but a win's a win. You beat Notre Dame on their home field, and then you beat Penn State handily. I know they scored a couple late touchdowns at the end, Penn State, but I feel like they have the best resume as of right now.
All right. I mean, I can't argue it. I see what you're saying.
I will say, Tim, I will say this. Oregon did something that I've never seen a team pummel Utah like that.
Absolutely ridiculous. They beat the fucking wheels off them. I know. That win right there is crazy because if they beat Washington in the Pac-12 championship, give Washington a loss, and say someone, FSU, someone around that 4-3 slot, they take one, I could 100% see Bo Nix in this Oregon Ducks team in this top four.
I could see it.
I'm getting excited.
Because no one goes into Utah and pummels them because they prepare so what, like they put up a fight almost every game, and the fact that like it wasn't even a ball game, it wasn't even a contest until like it was a game until like halfway through the second quarter. Like it was competitive.
It was a slaughter.
Yeah, it was.
Bucky Irvin had a good game. The defense played well.
Lanning's got those boys playing, man.
I'm liking it. I'm liking what's going on.
If they can keep going with that, then we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Loaded slate of college football this week. We're going to start it off. Ohio State and our Rutgers, the new number one, The Ohio State University, taking on our precious Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Oh.
You know what I'm taking.
I think we all know what we're taking. I mean,
plus 18 and a half.
Yeah.
Rutgers, it was a lock. It was a lock to begin with. All right, Rutgers is going to take it home. You know what, Stan? Am I crazy to say this? But Rutgers hands Ohio State their first loss of the year, 6-2.
If that happens, oh my god. I'll take Rutgers to cover, but oh my god,
you have to. Stan.
Fucking
Gonna bet on Rutgers.
Oh my god! All right, next up we go to the Big 12. Number 7 Texas taking on Kansas State.
This is gonna be a hell of a game.
This is gonna be a very good game. The total is set at 50.5. Quinn Ewers still out, I believe. They're gonna roll Malik Murphy and see what happens. I have no idea. I truly have no idea.
Give me Kansas State to upset. Give me Kansas State to upset.
Oh shit! I'll take Texas. I'll take Texas to win that one. Although Kansas State will give them a run for their money. Give me Texas. Moving on to, I just have to send something to Matt. Matt, I never told him that we were recording. Moving on to the SEC. Georgia taking on Missouri. Missouri was handed their first loss last week to LSU. Georgia favored by 15.5 at home. Total is set at 54.5. And I'm going over. But I have Georgia winning this game.
Yeah, I mean, I have Georgia winning too. It's no knock to Missouri, but they're Missouri football.
Missouri, they're a good. No, they're a good team though. Missouri.
No, but I know, but I'm just saying, Stan. It's Missouri football versus Georgia. Let's pump the brakes.
Fair. Next up, we are going to go to. Here we go. We're going to Southern Cal. Washington at USC, favored by 3. Washington favored by 3.5. You ready for this total? You ready for this total, Tim?
Is it like 100?
75.5. I'd hammer the
I
over. I'm taking the
I
over. I feel like you're an asshole if you take the under.
God save us all, but Caleb Williams, please, for the love of God, win this football game. That Oregon will 100% move up if they just win this football game. So please, for the life of me, it would make my life so much easier as an Oregon football. We wouldn't just have to beat them. We would already be ahead of them, and then beating them would move us
Just
up
give
even
them a
further.
game. Just give them a game and just like put the narrative out there.
Yeah, just if you're gonna lose by one, because I've seen them win like 50-49 USC. So maybe pull one of those out, or maybe lose 49-50. But just please, I need a good game.
he's on. I've never heard you like this. Holy shit!
Begging and pleading because the only Stan, I'm telling you, this happens every year with Oregon. The only shot they have, they need Washington to lose one. They before the
Fair.
Pac-12 championship. Before the Pac-12 championship, they need them to lose one. So please lose this football game.
All right, moving on. Going to the SEC once again. Ole Miss favored by 3 against Texas A&M. Ole Miss now the 10th team in the country. I'd hammer Ole Miss -3. Ole Miss has hung in with some of the best teams in the country. And they hung in there with Alabama. There was a shot, and then Alabama pulled away in the fourth quarter. Love Ole Miss in the spot. Give me Ole Miss.
I'm with you. I like Ole Miss too.
All right, moving on to another big one. We go to Death Valley. Notre Dame taking on Clemson. Notre Dame favored by 3. Total set at 45.5. Shout out to Tyler from Spartanburg, who called in the Dabo Sweeney show and brought in an all-time Dabo Sweeney rant. I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in my life. Let me just read some of the quotes that he said. He mentioned how every team has bad years. Look at he brought up Duke's he brought up Coach K, which I was very surprised by. I was like, get that man's name out of your mouth, you fraud. First off, he said at other places there's an expectation, but at Clemson there's an appreciation.
Dude, figure it out. You guys are 4-4. You stink. Your offense is pathetic.
Dude.
Your O line's terrible. Figure it out. You're gonna lose this week to Notre Dame. They're not winning. There's nothing they've shown me that they're gonna win a football game, a meaningful football game. So give me Notre Dame to win this game.
Yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and let you. I don't care how much money I make. You're not gonna talk to me like I'm 12 years old. If you want the job, go ahead and apply. Don't overthink this one. I'm taking Notre Dame -3.
Hondo P, 100%.
At other places, there's an expectation, but at Clemson, there's an appreciation.
Just ridiculous.
Insane. Moving on to this is so
Oklahoma.
This makes me so sad. This makes me so sad. The last bedlam until the further future, or until further notice, but it is a disgrace. An absolute disgrace that this game is at 3:30. Are you kidding me?
This has to be. This is the prime time. This is the game.
This game is always at night. Always at night. And then the last one until God knows how long. It's at 3:30 p.m. That's an insult. That's an insult to football. That's an insult to Bedlam, and that's an insult to Jesus Christ. Like, what are we doing? 3:30 for Bedlam?
And you know what, Stan?
It's like one of the best rivalry games out there.
You know what, Stan? We're in Oklahoma State. We're living large. I'm riding with the Cowboys. I'm going to take Oklahoma State to win this football game at home.
Okay. I know I bet on Oklahoma last week against Kansas. It was a rough loss, although Kansas is a good football team. But I want to say bounce back spot, but I don't know. Game's kind of.
I like the atmosphere.
I might have fun and just take the over. Last Bedlam, but I don't know. Give me Oklahoma State. Fuck it. Damn it.
Love it. I love it.
Damn it. And last but not least, game of the week. We go to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, against LSU. Jaden Daniels looking to be the first quarterback in college football to beat Nick Saban in back-to-back seasons since?
Is it? Who is it?
Say it. Yeah, guess.
Dude,
Drew Brees.
I don't know. And I wouldn't know. I had no idea.
Drew Brees. He beat Michigan State in back-to-back seasons. But whatever.
There you go.
Alabama favored by 3. Total set at 60.5. I think this is a revenge spot. Give me Bama.
Yeah, I know LSU is not. They're another team that's just been disappointing. So I'm gonna take Bama.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Bama. Okay, let's go to the NBA. This is our first episode since the NBA premiered. I mean, we already talked NBA on the Lost episode where it didn't pick up Tim's audio, so that was nice.
Whatever.
Whatever. The Knicks get a big win over the Cavs, although that was the ugliest 20-point win I think I've ever seen from a basketball team in my life.
Most makeshift lineup I've seen last night from them.
Just weird. I don't know. I feel like it's too early to judge on what's been happening in the NBA. We're only a couple games into it, but it still looks like the Nuggets are the team. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot.
James Harden was traded.
I'm such an idiot. Oh my god.
So finally he gets moved. The extent of the trades was what? It was Nick Batum. They moved
to that rap verse fourth quarter
yelling, why the fuck Batum in? But what was the trade? What was the full trade? So it was James Harden gets moved. They move Batum. They somehow keep every single.
Somehow the Thunder are involved in this. The Sixers acquired Marcus Morris, Nick Batum, Robert Covington, KJ Martin, multiple draft picks, and a pick swap for James Harden, PJ Tucker, and Filip Petrusev. Petrusev was then traded today to the Kings for cash considerations. I think the Thunder also made their way into this deal. Yes, they did. The Clippers sent the pick swap to OKC, clearing the way for OKC to move a protected 2026 first to the Sixers. The Clippers are also sending a 2024 and a 2029 second-round pick to the Sixers.
Yeah, I don't know. Somehow they keep Bones Highland. They don't move anyone really young.
They keep Terrence Mann,
which is ridiculous. I don't know. They completely just they got Harden. This team in 2017 would have been electric, but can they stay healthy on the floor at the same time?
They win the championship in 2015. Here's what I think: they're gonna win a first round series in like 5 games. And it's going to be like, oh, watch out for the Clippers, and then they're just going to get dog walked by the Nuggets in the second round. Like it's.
I mean, I could see it happening.
That's how it's going to go. That's how it's going to go. Because I don't think that. I'm not really. I'm not really big on this team. Why would you?
I'm big on this Suns team. I am so big. And you know what? I understand there's like the hype around it, whatever. But Stan, you got to understand when they're healthy. The options they have for scoring are unbelievable.
That's the thing. When they're healthy, they're not healthy right now. Bradley Beal hasn't played a game this season. Devin Booker's already hurt.
I understand. We're 4 games in. You got to think. The guys they have coming up, like Grayson Allen, Eric Gordon, Nurkic, Oki, Wannabe, Nazir Little. Okogie, sorry. Goodwin. They have guys that can put.
I like Yuta Watanabe.
Watanabe's great. They got Bol sitting out there, Keita Bates-Diop, and you got to think they maybe Bates trade for a true.
And Bol did not play yesterday.
I know. I'm just saying to have him as bench rotation guys. All I'm saying is, listen, if they can move to get a true point guard at the deadline, you're looking at a scary team with a ball dominant, not a ball dominant point guard, but a guy who can facilitate, play a little bit of defense, and just move out to their wings. I mean, they could score on every different level. If they stay healthy, I don't know. They're scaring me in the West.
All right. Knicks get a win over the Cavs last night. I watched the whole thing.
So did I. Worst shooting performance I think I've ever seen from a basketball team. I think the Cavs made like 2 threes.
Evan Mobley is still terrible.
I was just such a bad game. I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah. It was, like I said before, it was like the worst 20-point loss I think I've seen from a basketball team. Like this is a 20-point win I've seen from a basketball team. Because they were being out-rebounded left and right. it was a complete 180 from that playoff series where the Knicks was just kept on out rebounding everyone. I don't know.
Like you
Brunson,
look at the box score. You look
I
at the
feel like
box score.
they were hell bent on playing ISO ball all game, and Brunson is of course the king at that. But Randall's still annoying the shit out of me. I don't think he'll ever not annoy the shit out of me. Just stop shooting. Like stop trying to be a shooter. Fucking go to the basket.
You look at the.
Here's my thing. My thing is if the shot's there, take it. Like obviously I'm not gonna. And he can hit the three every once in a while or hit a jumper every once in a while. He's most effective when he's driving to the basket. Fucking score. Like,
yeah,
it's too early for me to get Ajita over Julius Randle. But
I mean, I just like looking at the box scores. The Cavs took more shots. They were 39% from the field, 26% from three. You flip it to the Knicks were 44% from the field, 30% from three. Hartenstein had a hell of a game. And, the rebounding
he did
narrative.
really good off the bench.
The rebounding was really only there in the first half. To finish the game, the Knicks had more rebounds. They had 2 less offensive rebounds, and they had, 4 more defensive rebounds. The assist numbers were sort of similar. Turnovers, one more than the other. It was really just the shooting. You break it down, it was the shooting. And it was ugly from both teams. That's why it wasn't a good game. It was just ugly. It was ugly from both teams. There was an 11-0 run. You finished the second quarter with the Cavs, which the Knicks couldn't hit a shot. There was a 4 or 5 minute run in the third quarter where I don't even think the Cavs made a basket. So, yeah, it was an ugly basketball game. It was tough to watch. Hopefully it's different tonight.
I love how we're torturing Evan Fournier. He was the only guy that didn't get minutes. we're just torturing him at this point. We literally have a guy in the team named Charlie Brown, and he got in over Evan, or maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know.
I don't know.
Did they put guys in like the last seconds?
Everyone. Archie Diacono, Jeffries, Windler, McBride, Sims.
Oh, he got it.
Fournier just didn't play.
Good. Fuck him. Waste of money.
Evan Mobley's brother, played his first minute in the NBA, and Fournier just did not get in.
We got national TV basketball tonight. I know which one it is, and I'm blanking on. Is it Pacers,
Clippers
Celtics?
Lakers playing tonight at 10 o'clock.
I know it's Clippers Lakers, but isn't there another one?
Pelicans Thunder's on
Pelicans
ESPN.
Thunder. Yes, that's going to be a big one. I'm excited to watch that one. SGA is.
Yeah, a lot of good games on tonight.
Just save the date. I said this on the Lost episode. Save the date for Thunder Spurs games. That's Western Conference Finals for like the next 5 years. So
heard it here first.
Yes, heard it here first. To the NHL. The New York Rangers are the hottest team in hockey right now. God damn.
Yeah, them and fucking Boston. I don't even want to talk about them, but
no, not allowed. Not allowed.
But yeah, Rangers.
Let me live in my own bubble.
Yeah, Vegas and Boston are just they haven't even have a regulation loss yet, but Rangers are hot. They're definitely hot.
They're red hot. Go. When is that like? I get winning 4 out of 5 on a West Coast trip, even 3 out of 5. I would say the fact that they went 5-0 on that West Coast trip is utterly insane. And Artemi Panarin is playing his best hockey right now. I'm excited. I'll just leave it at that. I'm excited. I love Peter Laviolette hockey. And
it's there's not to be excited about.
It's mind blowing how you can put Alexis Lafreniere on the same line as Artemi Panarin, and he looks like what he was supposed to be. Mind blowing, like actually mind blowing.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Do you know what they're calling that line though? The Panarin, Hedl, and Lafreniere.
What?
French toast.
Bruh,
French toast line.
Just call him the
Panarin, and then Hedl, heat. It makes it hot, and then Lafreniere is French Canadian, so French toast.
This is just they're doing too much with that one. That's a reach. That's like Stan. You just pulled up some ESPN. Only guy with average. No, I'm saying you just pulled up some like ESPN graphic. Like only guy to average 13.4, like 4.8, like 50% from three, like 35 from the 3-point line. Like That's the kind of thing that just was. That was a reach and a half.
You're not. Oh my. I'm reading some tweet.
Well, the Islanders are exactly where I expected them to be. If anyone's wondering.
Again, too early to judge.
No, 4-2-2. I honestly, eight games played. I can't really ask for anything different. I like Noah Dobson leading the team in points with 9. Big guys are coming off hot. I like the way they started. So I just hope they can clean up the defense a little bit, and hopefully that happens when Scott Mayfield comes back. But they tighten up the ship. I think they'll be fine. They look. I know it's early, but they look better than Pittsburgh. So
everybody else in the East looks better than Pittsburgh. Yeah, Pittsburgh's the worst team in the East.
Goaltending's pathetic there right now.
Love the way it feels to be a hater. I'll leave it at that. Oh god, I fucking hate them. But yeah, Rangers look pretty good. Islanders look good too. I would like more production from Blake Wheeler. I feel like he's kind of just doing.
He's a vet. He'll come into his own. Give him some time.
I feel like he's kind of just there though. I don't know.
He might just be. I mean, he's 38. He's like 38 years old. You can't really expect the most.
That's fair.
What I will say is a team that I thought was going to be horrible, but not this horrible. The San Jose Sharks are otherworldly garbage. They are 0-8-1 with a minus 26 goal differential to start. They have had, I think, a total of 9 goals scored. There are players in the NHL. That's team-wise. I think there's players in the NHL with more than that.
Who's coaching that team, Tim?
No, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, there it is. That's a Dan Quinn coach team. Fucking
but they're sloppy, they're ugly. Them, Edmonton, Calgary, all these teams people thought were going to start hot. They're starting a little slow, but again, way too early to judge. So give it some more time. But I like the way it's been played out so far.
Last but not least, and then we'll go to what I saw. Cooper Flagg is a Duke Blue Devil.
I mean, I told you it was going to happen.
I mean, I know it was gonna happen. Like, I just to say it officially, like Cooper Flagg is a Duke Blue Devil, insane. I knew I was sure of it. It was no surprise. I feel like the only time like a big recruit committed to Duke, and I was like shocked by it, was Zion, because everyone and their mother was saying he was gonna go to Clemson, and like stay near South Carolina. That was a rumor, but Cooper Flagg, I honestly, high school wise, I think he is the best recruit. According to 24/7, he is the second, like perfect recruit, like 1.000, like recruit since RJ. Not even Zion was perfect. RJ was.
Braun wasn't?
Yeah. To Duke. I don't know about Braun.
Oh, I thought you just meant Braun. Yeah, Braun was probably better than perfect on that meter. I'm a Glaze OD.
That meter existed. I don't even know if that meter existed. Oh yeah, Duke's got an exhibition tonight against some school that I've never heard of in my life. UNC Pembroke. I don't even know how to
they
say
win.
It. Pembroke. Yeah, I mean it's not going to count. So I mean we all saw what
Still,
happened.
You like to start hot.
Yeah, we all saw what happened to Louisville. So we'll see. College basketball starts Monday. I'm very excited. Moving on, what I saw, Tim. What do you got?
What did I see this week? That was interesting.
Tim, you went to.
I mean, I went to JMU.
Virginia.
Yeah, I went to JMU. I went to JMU to visit my girlfriend. Like that's I saw that, but that's not it's not interesting to other people.
All right.
No, there was something cool that happened. Yeah, it's like I got to see Kilk. Got to see my buddy Kilk. That was pretty cool. No, I don't know.
Did he play for Team Lotto when I was coaching, or no?
No. He's hung him up. He's
He's retired. He's retired.
Yeah, he's there in the rafters. Oh, I got a new hat. There you go.
Well,
my girlfriend got me a new hat.
Wish we could see it.
Yeah, I don't really. I'll send you a picture, but I can't. I turn this camera on stand, and then this whole computer's gonna blow up. So let's not do that.
Fair. Oh God. What did I see? Like, it's just that is the question, isn't it? Although the Padres
Oh,
took
you
out a
know what?
loan.
You know what? Before the other episode, sorry, that we lost in the archive. Told a story. I played a Tour Pro course actually the other day. Very
There
very
you go.
difficult. Front nine was a struggle, but I shot a 44 in the back. I'm only gonna tell you that. Front I don't want to talk about, so we'll just leave it at that. That's what I saw.
Fair enough. Where is this? Oh, Jim Boeheim. What I saw is Jim Boeheim. He is hired by ESPN, and it's going to be the funniest shit ever. Like, this was also what I saw in the Lost episode, but I don't care. It's going to be hilarious to see him call like one of the top teams in the ACC when they go to like Georgia Tech, and they're like, Jim, you played in you've played at Georgia Tech before you've coached. What was the environment like? Jim Boeheim is straight up just gonna be like, I fucking hated it, and it's just gonna be the funniest. It's gonna be the funniest shit ever. I think he's splitting time, so like some days he'll be like the halftime booth guy, and then other days he'll be in the broadcast booth. Sticking with college basketball, my next one I saw is Fran Fraschilla. He is a college basketball analyst for ESPN, and I just remember watching a game once that I was betting on, and he was calling it, and he kept on bringing up about how like some kid on Texas had like a dead relative, and how he has guts for it, and guts for being raised by a single mom, not for his play on the basketball court.
How the hell do you what?
It was the most wild shit I've ever heard. But he tweeted about a Kansas State Naquan Tomlin, who was on the Kansas State team last year. He was suspended indefinitely for undisclosed reasons. Fran covers the Big 12 a lot, calls a lot of Big 12 games. So he tweeted, "Do not know when Kansas State's Naquan Tomlin will be back, but the Wildcats have a deep front line. Not sure if he's ready, but 6'7", 240-pound freshman Macaleb Rich will be a monster soon. One reason why? He's from East St. Louis, aka one of the most dangerous parts of America."
That's ridiculous.
Will he? You know why he's going to be good? Not because of his play on the court, because he's
from.
Because he's from one of the most dangerous parts in America, in East St. Louis.
That's absurd. That's just an absurd statement.
Oh my god, that was awesome. I could not stop laughing. I was like, I wouldn't put it past Fran. I would not have put that past Fran Fraschilla. That was the perfect person to tweet that. He used to coach St. John's, for those who don't know, but oh my god. That was so funny. Nothing like college basketball, isn't it, Tim?
Nothing like it.
Nothing like it. Oh my god. Only a few more days till Oregon, Georgia, and USC, Kansas State. I'm big on USC this year. That's all I'll say on that. All right. We're gonna wrap it up, or we're gonna do top 5 or fun fact, whichever you want. What do you think?
I don't know. Do fun fact. I don't got any top 5s on top of my head.
That's fair. Fun fact of the day. Hopefully the audio downloads on this one, because if not, then I will be in shambles. Which animal sleeps about 20 hours a day?
Don't tell me. A panda bear.
Okay. No, you're close. It's a koala.
It was one of the two. I couldn't think of it. I knew it was a koala or a panda. Damn it.
A koala sleeps 22 hours a day. The next is the sloth.
Yep, that was my other guess.
Who goes 20 hours. Armadillo and possums, 19 hours. A lemur, 16 hours. And then a hamster and squirrels tied at 14 hours each.
Darn it.
How much do you want to bet that's cap? Whatever.
Squirrels be up all day and night, bro. That's cap to have.
That's fair. And plus, I saw a possum on my campus the other day, and it was the most disgusting shit I think I've ever seen. Like, that was just so disgusting.
They're massive.
Oh my god. They're massive. Oh god. God, it was like a rainy day too, so it was like, ugh.
Ew, looked wet, gross.
It's fucking disgusting. Okay, that's gonna wrap it up. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Be sure to like this video, leave a comment on this video, subscribe to our YouTube, like our videos on YouTube. Be sure to follow us and rate us on Spotify.
5 stars.
5 stars only. We will see you guys on Tuesday. Go Texas Rangers to finish off this World Series. I believe it's at even money.
They're
I
going
don't
to win
know.
tonight. It doesn't matter.
They're going to win tonight. It's over.
Go
All right.
Rangers.
Go Rangers. All right. Peace out, guys.